Hello everybody. So today we're going to talk about the use cases of the AGM-65 Maverick. Now the Maverick is quite an old weapon. It dates back quite a bit to about the 1970s. It was employed on the F-4 and a number of other aircraft during the Vietnam War, and is still in service with the U.S. military and other militaries today. It has multiple different variations from the D, G, H, K, E, F, and L variants, all which have different seeker heads and different warheads to be able to accomplish different tasks and capabilities. The D Maverick has a IR seeker, which allows it to be used both day and night against targets varying from tanks to lightly armored structures, along with anything in between that has armor or no armor. The G variant is a uprated D with a similar IR seeker, but it has a larger warhead, capable of penetrating and destroying bunkers. So this is useful for attacking small bunker emplacements or other things that may be slightly reinforced concrete that you need to make disappear. The H variant is a TV-guided variant, which means it can only be used during daytime and limited nighttime capabilities. You would have to use flares or some other method of being able to spot the target, as you need to visually see it. And at night, it's not as useful. So the H variant has the same warhead as the D variant, and the K variant has the improved larger warhead as the G variant, with the improved CCD sensor over one of the earlier Mavericks. You then have the L and E variants, which are the two different designations used by the U.S. Navy for the E and the L variant for the U.S. Air Force. I do not know of any differences between the two, but these are laser-guided Mavericks. These can be used day and night, so long as you have a laser track on the target that matches the code of the Maverick. These can be useful in daytime or nighttime operations, and it doesn't matter as long as either you or someone else is designating the target. The final variant is the F variant, which is a anti-shipping variant used by the U.S. Navy, which has a similar large warhead to the G, but is specifically designed to be able to be used in an anti-shipping role against ships if necessary. Now, what is the purpose and best use case for the Maverick? Well, the Maverick was designed to be able to be fired at targets from approximately 6 to 10 nautical miles away at its maximum, and to be able to engage targets within an IR threat environment. This means that the missile is capable of hitting a target even when protected by IR SAM defenses. This is useful in cases of low cloud cover, or in cases where you don't have another weapon available to be able to get through an IR defense. Now, the Maverick has sort of degraded in its importance with the onset of the proliferation of GPS weapons and their capabilities. However, the one thing that it does provide is a fire and forget capability on moving targets, along with imposed structures that are protected by IR defenses. And because it is a forward-firing weapon rather than a gravity weapon like a bomb, where it is essentially following a ballistic trajectory caused by gravity, the Maverick allows you to be able to fire the weapon forward of the aircraft by approximately 6 miles, which allows it to get into the IR defense and destroy the target. This may be useful against targets that have a much wider defense bubble, or you may not be able to get as close as you need to be able to lob a bomb, or you may have cloud cover that may be obscuring you from being able to drop a bomb on a target out of IR SAM protection. The self-guidance allows it to be able to be used on moving targets or other things that GPS weapons can't be used on, because without a laser for a GBU-54 or anything else, the GPS weapon is only useful against static targets. So as long as that vehicle stays very still, you'll be fine. But if the vehicle's moving, then a GPS weapon won't do unless you can specifically predict where that vehicle is going to be. Anywho, let's move on to a demonstration of the Maverick being used. Alright, so now we got a lock with the Maverick. We just arrived on site at our test station. Due to the red smoke marker, we got a perfect target lined up really quick. So as you can see, we're 7 miles out from the target. Target is protected by an SA-9 rifle. Oh, master arm. Rifle at 6. So as you can see, we are 4 miles out from the target. We are not heading directly towards the target at all. And that was an impact. And so without putting ourselves in any kind of danger of the IR SAM is protecting those tanks, we have just taken out one of the tanks without any threat to ourselves or the aircraft. And now we're going to come right back around again. We're going to get another lock on. So I'm using visual mode of the Maverick. The F-16 has 3 different modes: Viz, Bore, and Pre. They may vary per aircraft as to what modes are available. And we're using the AGM-65D, which is an IR variant, which once we fire it, we don't have to stick around and do anything. We can peel off and just do our own thing as to what we need to do next. It's fire and forget. So we're going to come around, get this cloud base out of the way. We're firing this thing in between cloud gaps because of the need to visually see a target, and the cloud base is just a little low over this mountain range. Alright, visual on the destroyed target, come around. Maverick almost has sight. Nope, no sight. And rifle.
Up. Altitude, pull up.
And there we go, check. As you can see, we had to get a little bit too close that time. Should have probably aborted the run, but we got the missile off. Anywho, I hope this helps with figuring out when and when not to use Mavericks, and I will see you in the next video.